Hello and welcome to our video. My name is John Watts. I'm a consumer protection lawyer in Alabama. And there's something that happens in most, not all, but most consumer bankruptcy cases. And that is there's an order that's entered that's called the automatic stay. So what is the automatic stay? Well, as the first word suggests, this is pretty normal, pretty automatic. It just happens. Almost with every bankruptcy, the court automatically enters this stay. Well, what does a stay mean? It's kind of an order that says to all your creditors, just freeze, just stop for a moment, okay? Don't be calling the consumer, don't be suing the consumer, don't be repossessing, foreclosing. Just stop for a minute. Well, what's the purpose of that? It's to let the bankruptcy court get a good view of what are you as a consumer going through, what can you afford to pay, and if you're doing Chapter 7 bankruptcy, do you qualify for Chapter 7 bankruptcy that would wipe out your debt? Chapter 13 bankruptcy, do you have a good plan for how are you going to pay off some of this debt, usually over 5 years? And so the court just wants to not have any creditor taking action, because it would be unfair if, let's say, you have 5 different creditors and you owe each of them $5,000, and let's say you have a total of $5,000, and 4 of the creditors kind of back off and say, okay, we're not going to do anything, but then one of the creditors, they go in and grab that out of your bank account, or they sue you and get a judgment, or they take your car, or they foreclose on your house. Well, then they would get that money, and those other creditors are like, well, wait a minute, we didn't get our turn. So the bankruptcy court's saying, hey, everybody just stop and let me figure this out. Now, how does this become practical? Well, if you file bankruptcy and you've properly filed it, hopefully you have a good bankruptcy lawyer that's representing you, and then you have a creditor after the bankruptcy, they still come get your car. And we've had a number of these cases where we've sued. Usually it's bankruptcy attorneys come to us and say, hey, will you litigate this case for us? I've got this car company and they came in and grabbed the car even after I filed bankruptcy for my client. Yeah, we love those cases. We sue those guys. Maybe they foreclosed when they had no right to foreclose. Maybe they're continuing to call you and write you collection letters, or they're suing you. And even though they know about the bankruptcy, they're not stopping it. They're supposed to notify the court if they sue you, and the court will basically just freeze the case because of this automatic stay. But what they're not doing that, well, then you look at suing them under that automatic stay for violating the automatic stay. And let me say this, because sometimes there's some confusion. You start off, you file the case, automatic stay. That is in place until the judge lifts it or until the case is over. Well, then do you have no protection after the case is over? No. You will have some type of discharge at the end of the case, assuming you made it all the way through the case. And then that discharge, assuming it applies to a debt, will say, don't ever try and collect, don't do anything about this debt. So the automatic stay is while your case is in force, and then the discharge is after the case. So they're similar, not quite the same though. But here's the bottom line. If you've got the protection of bankruptcy, then you've got a mortgage company, a car company, a credit card company, a debt collector, somebody is continuing to bother you about this debt, you need to see, did they violate that automatic stay or did they violate the discharge order? Either way, it is very, very likely that we can sue them and get you damages for that. So if we can help you and you're in Alabama, give us a call. Phone number is 205-879-2447, or you can reach us at alabamaconsumer.com. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.